Today we're making baguettes. The first step in making baguettes is to make a poolish, the night before usually. This is nothing more than flour, yeast and water mixed together until they resemble kind of like a pancake batter, and then cover it up, leave it on the counter, as I said, now before, so 12 to 18 hours. And after that, we're gonna use the poolish as a starter to make the actual dough. So in order to start, we're gonna start with flour. I'm gonna mix some yeast in the flour. And then we add the water. And then we just mix. Mix it all up until the water, it's all incorporated, the flour is hydrated. And as you can see, it's starting to come together. And we keep going until it's all mixed in. And as I said, it kind of resembles a little bit firmer batter than pancake batter. And this is pretty much it. Basically, this kind of consistency. And then we're just gonna put it, in my case, I'm gonna put it on this container, this Pyrex. And we're gonna cover it up and leave it on the counter, as I said, for about 12 to 18 hours. "12 to 18 hours later, in my case I usually do it the next morning, the poolish has doubled in size, or even more. In this case, this one actually overflowed overnight. What we're gonna do, we're gonna make the dough. So we're gonna mix the poolish, salt, yeast, water and flour. We're gonna mix it for about 5-6 minutes, and then we're gonna let it rest for about 45 minutes. So let's get started. I'm gonna first put the poolish in. Having fermented overnight and have it doubled in size, the poolish actually gets this nice, taste. Oh, you should smell the aroma now. It's perfect. Then we're gonna do water, flour, water, salt, and yeast. And then we're gonna put them all here in our crusty mixer. And we're gonna mix it up, as I said, for about, 5-6 minutes. I usually start at a speed at about halfway through it. In this case, it will be 4 or 5. And then I'm gonna cut it down a little bit, to about 2 to 3 for the final 2-3 minutes. After about, 5-6 minutes, the dough, the gluten has developed, the dough has come together. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it out. Let's put all this stuff away. I'm just scraping down the dough from the hook. No dough left behind. There you go. And then what we're gonna do is basically just kind of scrape it down a little bit from the sides, kind of shape it up to be, kind of a nice consistency. And then, as simple as that, we're gonna cover it, leave it in the bowl, cover it up. for about, as I said, about 45 minutes. It's a bit windy today, so I guess I'll need to do a double wrapping. All right, and voila. In 45 minutes, we'll go to the next step. And now we're gonna start folding the dough. So we're gonna take our dough out from here. As you can see, it doubled in size, give or take. Now we're gonna flour a little bit our workbench, and we're gonna take it all out. It's gonna be a little bit sticky. The hydration on this dough is a little bit higher, but and now what we're gonna do, we're gonna fold it like a lettering, trifold, like if you were folding, the paper before you put it in an envelope. So we're gonna do this one here, then this one on this side, and we press down on the seam, then we turn it, and then do it again, like this, press on the seam, and voila. And then we're gonna do it another time. So we're doing a total about 3 times. And voila. Okay. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna basically put it back into the bowl, seal it up again, and we're gonna let it proof for another 45 minutes, 40 to 45 minutes. So as you can see, this recipe takes quite a bit of time, but it's not that much active time. It's more about the proofing time, okay? Well, we're gonna come back and we're gonna go to the next step. Now we're gonna fold it again in the envelope style, about a couple of times. And then we're gonna start dividing it. As you can see, it doubled in size again. There you go. One more time. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna let it rest for about 10 minutes so that the gluten relaxes a little bit before we're going out into dividing the dough and then, shaping it and let it proof in the couche. And now we're gonna divide the dough in 2. There you go. And then we're gonna flatten this one. And what I'm gonna do is put some little flour on the bench, and then I'm going to roll it again in thirds, but this time I'm gonna roll it this way, only on this direction. I'm basically shaping the baguette now. As you can see, I'm gonna flatten it again, and then I'm gonna roll it one more time, and then there you go. There you go. And here we got basically the basic shape of the baguette. And now I'm gonna put it with seam up in the couche. There you go. And I'm gonna go on the second one. Again, roll it in. Roll the seam inside. A little more flour. As you can see, I'm kind of keeping it elongated. And then, just to show you, I'm going basically to the center. there. And then I'm gonna take the second one and I'm gonna go to the center again. There you go. And then I'm gonna put this one in the couche again, so that they keep nicely formed. And what I like to do then, and I'm putting it over like this, add another towel on top, and just so they don't dry out, I like to add a little insurance policy by adding some plastic wrap on top. That way it kind of keeps the moisture in and the baguettes don't dry out. And now we're gonna let them proof for about 30 to 35 minutes until when you press down, you know, the indentation kind of bounces back up a little bit, and you know, they're usually about doubled in size again. And now we're gonna unveil the baguettes. As you can see, they almost doubled in size. If you poke them down, you see there's a little bounce back, but not too much. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put them in the form. I'd like to do it this way, that way it's easier. Just roll it up. And now, as you can see, they're right there. What we're gonna do now is to score them. I use a lame, that is basically, you know, fancy French term to basically say, you know, razor blade. And then don't be hesitant, you know, you just go down and you score them. And now we go to the oven. First, we're going to put the baguettes in the center of the oven. Next, we're going to add some boiling water in the cast iron pan that I already placed in the oven when I was preheating it. This will create steam, some moisture that will help the oven spring, basically help the bread rise even better. And now we turn the baguettes. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. As you can see, the first one got some color on it already, and we close it. And after about 30 minutes, well, the baguettes are done. Here they are. Beautiful, huh? And here they are, French baguette. It took a bit of time, mostly inactive time, the proofing, quite a few proofing and shaping, but the result is spectacular. Just don't dig in right off the bat, you know, let them cool down for about 15-30 minutes before you dig in, and enjoy them with some great cold cuts, you know, prosciutto, salami, coppa, or some of the great cheeses. Here they are. Look, spectacular.